I'm Sheila Guillotin, and this is the Simsbury Woman. Today we're going to talk a bit about working in the United States today. Several decades ago, it was common to go to work for a company, stay at that company your entire career, and retire with a pension. That is no longer the norm. Now, with downsizing and companies outsourcing both their manufacturing and services, more and more people are looking for new and different opportunities, either as a second career or when just starting out and joining the workforce for the first time. Our entrepreneurial spirit seeks out starting a business as one of the most appealing methods of supporting yourself. But starting a small business is not as easy as you may think or hope. The Simsbury Public Library has recognized a growing need in our community to support the efforts of those venturing into the world of small business ownership. To that end, they have expanded the library's Business Resource Center. My guest today is the newly hired Business Resource Center Coordinator, Sarah Loudenslager. Welcome to Simsbury, Sarah. I'm delighted to have you join me and explain all the new and innovative programs that our library is making available to our community. Before we start, perhaps you could tell us a little bit about yourself, where you came from, and how you went into library science.
Sure. Well, I'm happy to be here. I most recently came from Salisbury in Maryland. I worked at a university there for the past 4 years, Salisbury University. I was their business and instructional librarian. So I was part of a team of other research and instructional librarians that all the different academic departments on campus, we kind of were liaisons to different academic departments. So I was the liaison to the entire Purdue School of Business there. And they have various departments: accounting and legal studies, economics and finance, management and marketing, and then information and decision sciences. So I worked with a variety of different subject areas with faculty, staff, students, and then what I would do in that role is go into their class as a guest speaker and host a session maybe on performance and market research, where there was an entrepreneurship class where they were all working on business plans. There's a small business consulting class where they had a variety of different projects each semester that changed, and what those projects were, they worked with different small businesses around the area on a different issue, whether they wanted to expand their marketing, write a new policy, research something a little bit further. So I really noticed that I liked the real world scenarios more. And I kind of got a taste for that a little bit as I was going through library school. I have my Master in Library of Information Science from the University of Pittsburgh. And I'm a Pennsylvania girl as well, grew up in Pennsylvania, went to undergrad there, and then grad school in Pittsburgh. And that's where I started to get my experience in public libraries. I did a couple different internships and projects with the Carnegie Library of Pittsburgh. And they have it's a wide network. They have like 17 different branches or something along those lines. But the one I worked at was one specifically dedicated as their business center. It was in downtown. It helped a variety of different patrons coming in on a variety of different things. And I really realized, as I progressed throughout my career, that I like helping people. So that's kind of what brought me here, what brought me back to the public library side.
Now, how did you happen to end up in Simsbury? Because it's not exactly the same size town as Pittsburgh.
Exactly. So I'm from a small town anyways. I grew up in central Pennsylvania, and not that I necessarily think Simsbury is even a small town, but it has some qualities that remind me of home. So the outdoorsiness, the trails, I really like the area, the shops. It's a beautiful area, and whenever I came up here for my interview, I really got a sense that it's a community that supports its library. And so I was excited to join that kind of support system that's already in place. So that really appealed to me.
Great. Let's talk a bit then about specifically the Business Resource Center at the Simsbury Library. Tell us exactly what it is and what it does. And I know you're tucked back in a corner because I went
Right.
to find you one day.
Right.
But give us an idea of how the center started and how the expansion is going to go.
So it's been there since 1999, I think was its grand opening date. And then I just recently came in on June 22nd. So I'm still learning what's available. I'm still learning who the community of users are and what they want. But it is a well-established center already with a variety of books, resources, a wide and constantly expanding selection of electronic resources. There's a network of people who have either presented there in the past or who are currently interested in presenting on different topics that is their area of expertise. So there's already a great system set in place, and libraries are constantly changing, and so we constantly have to evaluate our services, look at what is currently being offered and how we can really keep up with what's changing, because we're here to support people.
Sure.
So with expanding or changing anything, first before I can promise anything, I need to get a sense of what people want. So this first year is going to be a lot of evaluations, meeting people, getting to know people, and seeing what they want. We already have some stuff in place that will be happening. We're looking to get our TEDx license.
Now, what's a TEDx license?
So if you've ever watched any TED Talks, I think it stands for Technology Education Design.
I believe so, yeah.
I'm so bad with acronyms.
Yeah.
So that's what it stands for, but it's inspiring talks, and then different local, there's different types of licenses, but there's a library license that you can get, and it's all free, open to the public, bringing together local voices, creating a local community in these kind of micro, smaller, TED-supported talks.
So is it your intention to actually sponsor some of these?
Exactly. So
Great.
either that might involve bringing in speakers or presenters, or how it works. I'm still learning how it works exactly, but having a different theme on a reoccurring basis, so either weekly, monthly, every other month, whatever that might be, and bringing together different TED Talks that are already in place. And so it's kind of a viewing and then maybe a discussion. Maybe it's a half-day long thing where there's also people presenting and talking. So it really, I think, provides a lot of opportunity, not only for the library, but for the community and for the local voices of the community.
Okay.
So
who's most likely to use the resources of the business center? Are we talking people wanting to start their own business, job seekers?
You named it.
Okay.
So the Business Resource Center seeks to help local or aspiring entrepreneurs, small businesses that are already in existence, graduates or people looking to get back into searching for a career, so job and career help, people looking to learn more or keep up with different technologies that are happening. So we offer computer and technology classes on a wide variety of levels, whether it's basic computer classes, whether it's a series of starting out on Microsoft Word or Microsoft packages, or getting more advanced, using different social medias, like LinkedIn for job seekers, Facebook for your business. There's a lot.
Yeah, so do you actually have people come to the library and you have courses that they can take to learn these skills?
Absolutely. So they can come in person to any of the classes that are set up, and you can see the constantly, changing selection of programs online through our calendar, or we have pamphlets where you can pick up in person. But the way people learn now and the on-demand culture, I think now, has prompted libraries to really expand on their selection of electronic resources.
Yeah, I think we should talk a bit about that, since I'm one of those people who probably hasn't picked up a real book in years and does everything online. And when we spoke earlier, one of the things you mentioned was there are things that the public library will make available to the community that if I were to do it privately, I would end up having to pay for. And yet, using the library gives me online access to free things. And tell us some of those things.
Absolutely. So, I mean, if you are a subscriber to any digital magazines, or you're used to buying the books for your Kindle from Amazon or Barnes & Noble for your Nook, whatever device that you use, we have a selection of, we use Overdrive. It's downloadable ebooks to your device. And then we have programs and support if you're starting out with doing that to kind of guide you through that as well. It's called Zenio. It's digital magazines.
Okay.
So zines, Zenio, that's where it comes from. And then also our selection of business databases.
Yeah, I mean, I know, for instance, I have subscriptions to the Wall Street Journal and Fortune, and I pay for all of those. And you told me I don't have to.
Right. So we have a resource. It's a couple different databases through a vendor called ProQuest. And so that includes the Wall Street Journal, the Hartford Courant, New York Times, you name it. There's a lot of online articles available through that particular selection of databases. In addition to, so people come in and they want to keep up with what's happening in the investment world. So we have the Value Line Investment Survey is part of our reference collection, and then an online kind of similar database is called Morningstar for your investment research. Moving past investments, moving on to, marketing research or industry research, or getting a statistic for your business plan, or keeping up with what's happening in an industry. You can go on to some different resources we have as well. Plunkett Research Online, Reference USA is
I use that a lot.
yeah, I mean, you can just do so much research.
But explain to people, you don't actually have to go to the library to do this. You can do this from your computer at home. Is that correct?
Right. For many of our databases, not all, you might need to come to the library to use some of them. But with your Simsbury library card, you can access our selection of online resources from home. So by going to simsburylibrary.info and clicking on business databases at the top if you want to be brought to the business ones. There's also a whole selection of training for job seekers or people looking for professional development opportunities. And they're really current with trends that are happening now. So maybe if you want to learn more about Google Analytics or some sort of trendy topic that's happening, you could go to, we just got lynda.com. It's business, arts, design, online video trainings or trainings that you can take to learn more about that. And
Interesting.
Then, yeah.
And I can do that all from the comfort of my own home.
Yes.
That's nice. Okay. There is an area of the Business Resource Center that is currently under development. The construction was going on the last time I was over there. I would like to have you tell our viewers, what is the new Innovators Workshop and 3D Training, which is really quite an extraordinary new program?
Right. So it kind of expanded off the whole maker movement and maker spaces.
Tell us what that is.
Yeah, I know it's kind of a
is.
jargony term, but it's, if you think about it, it's a space where people make things. And so it's providing access to materials or electronic resources that the average person probably does not have in their home. So when you think about 3D printers, probably not everyone has one of those.
I don't think I know anyone who has a personal 3D printer.
It has so many opportunities for it. So prototyping for a new business invention, or whether it's replacing a chess piece in your chess set. It basically, there's a lot of online resources available where you can go in and check out what you can make, or people might scan different objects and then it prints out a 3D version of that object.
Right at the library.
Right at the library.
Wow,
Right at
that's
the
pretty
library.
amazing.
Yeah, there's a Pinterest board that we have linked through our Simsbury Library homepage for the Innovators Workshop of things that have already been created in the library by people already. And the opportunity is ever growing because as new people come in with new ideas, the opportunities really expand. So that's just one thing that will be in our new Innovators Workshop. There's a Cricut laser cutter if you do any.
Okay, what's that?
So imagine almost using an X-Acto knife to kind of carve out stenciling. If along those lines, it's an electronic machine that laser cuts paper, or you could do a lot of different things with it, like little note cards or stationery, or the possibilities are endless.
Wow. Now, who's likely to use this? I have to believe there's some sort of age restrictions, or is there?
I believe you have to be 18 or older, or or have a parent there with you if not. And to use the space in the workshop, you just need to go through a little bit of training on it. We offer training right now, I think on Thursdays or by appointment. So anyone can,
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Where do you see the Business Resource Center going under your coordination in a year from now? What do you think is going to be happening?
So thinking more broadly, what I really hope to achieve, or where I really want to dig in and get involved with, is really economic support and economic development. And so that's such a broad topic, but thinking even on smaller terms, that can be achieved in so many ways, whether it's helping someone with their business plan and then they go on to create their business that down the road starts employing more people around the area, or using different, hiring a local person for different web design. So connecting different people, providing programs where businesses can expand.
Do you work with the Chamber of Commerce on this, for instance?
Right. So actually in September, there's a program that is sponsored with the Chamber of Commerce and through SCORE, which I'm so bad with acronyms.
Another one of the acronyms, right. What is SCORE?
It's Counselors to America's Business. So it might be people who have had their businesses in the past, and it's mentors that provide one-on-one counseling or assistance. And I think it's in partnership through the Small Business Association and other small business development centers. And SCORE is kind of one of those services provided either in partnership or through the larger federal.
Now, do we have this available at the library today, or is this something for the future?
Today.
Oh, okay.
Well, maybe not today, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Okay. So Tuesdays and Thursdays, we already have, right now we have 4 1-hour time slots blocked off on Tuesdays and Thursdays, where anyone who is interested in counseling or mentorship for their new or existing business to sign up with these kind of experts in the field. And we can sign up through the library website, in person at the reference desk.
How do you find out about them?
Right, and we have an online calendar that I think I had mentioned before as well, where you'll see that is one of them currently, and then different programs will also be put on there. So we really operate off of partnerships with local community organizations such as the Chamber, the Main Street Partnership, the town of Simsbury, SCORE, Small Business Development Center. So the library is a place that kind of brings everyone together and provides the free and open opportunities for all.
Great. What are you personally looking forward to accomplishing in the next year?
A lot. I mean, I really hope to do a lot in the position. It's a great position that provides a lot of opportunity, and genuinely, like, taking this a step further back, I'm really looking forward to helping people. I love working with people, meeting new people, and doing what I can to listen to what their needs are and then provide either services or resources that match up with their needs. I'm excited for the TEDx license. I'm excited. Our Innovators Workshop, the new space, opens in September.
Okay.
And just meeting new people and seeing what sort of things that we can accomplish.
Okay. And how do people get in touch with you? Obviously, they can go to the library.
Right.
But what's the best way to get to you personally?
Okay, so if you ever stop by the library, we're on the second floor. You mentioned my office is
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
in
like
the
tucked
back.
back in a little corner, but you'll see the Business Resource Center kind of like right around the reference desk area and circulation desk area on the main floor there. So you can drop in. I have business cards that are laid out. There's a staff directory with my contact information online. And really, I would love if we could get more people to sign up for our online newsletter.
How do they do that?
So they can go to the library website and sign up under About, and then Stay Connected is the words that you'll be looking for to go and sign up for the newsletters. Because it's almost, once you do that, you can get an email newsletter delivered to your mailbox where you don't have to remember to go and check the library calendar. It's basically a program delivered to your email.
Okay. We didn't talk too much about entrepreneurship, which is one of the primary things. What specifically do you do to help someone who really doesn't know how to go about starting a business?
So we work in conjunction with SCORE. We do a lot of referrals back and forth where they might provide the mentoring. That's one thing. Also unique to the Business Resource Center, on our computers there, we have a software called Business Plan Pro, which provides either templates or sample business plans. We have a whole collection of starting up a business on a variety of subjects of books. The online database.
Real books, not online books.
Real books and online books,
Okay.
so both. If you need a statistic or something to plug into your business plan to kind of make your case for the opportunity that your business could provide, there's different resources where we could look for that.
Now, is there going to be a difference in the services that you provide to someone who wants to start a business as opposed to just a job seeker who wants to find a job at a company?
Right, so there's also different programs that we're already in the works of setting up for job seekers. So we have different career management consultants or experts in the field coming up in, and August 22nd, there's already one lined up for how to write a resume that actually wins interviews. There's another program on interviewing do's and don'ts, and then she's offering one-on-one mock interview sessions to kind of coach you on interviewing techniques.
Okay.
I didn't mention yet, I don't think,
Yes, go ahead.
With business programs, starting in the fall, we're going to be lining up a program or a series of programs on a consistent basis, and it's going to be kind of coined under Wednesday night is business night to keep it consistent, and so people have something that they can kind of plan out for and jot in on their calendar that I know on Wednesday nights I can, look out for the library and their different programs that will be offered then. So we already have some things looking forward to that, different programs on how to write a grant, how to find how to research your industry further, there's one that I mentioned on September 15th, it's the social media revolution, and that one's in partnership with the Chamber of Commerce and SCORE. there's lots of things that are happening already, and it'll just keep
growing.
Keep growing. That's what I hope for.
Now, how do people give you feedback? Because I'm sure that you can't think of everything.
Oh,
so there must be a way that people can request additional help or give you feedback on your programs that you're currently running.
Right. So with the programs that will currently be running, we do evaluation sheets where you can provide either anonymous feedback or just by talking to me, say, hey, I would really like to see this sort of thing, either in person, send me an email. I need to listen to what people want and need so that I know what to provide for them. So feedback is highly encouraged.
Okay, the other thing people always ask about is, do you require or is it helpful to have volunteer help? And if there is, how does one go about doing that?
So you can apply to be a volunteer, stop in and say that you're interested in volunteering, and there's tons of opportunities. I mean, the library, either if you want to help out with the book sale, the Friends group does that, different reshelving type things. If you're an expert on, creating brochures, we always need help with putting together all the events and programs that are happening. The possibilities are, even volunteering different services if to offer one-on-one help or tutoring or whatnot in the library.
Okay, great. Well, I think we're getting very close to the end of our time. Is there anything specific you want people to remember about the new center?
Everything.
Everything. Okay.
TEDx is coming, Innovators Workshop, Wednesday night is business nights, check the calendar, sign up for the newsletter, and I'm happy to be here and work with people.
Great.
I look forward to it.
Well, we want to thank Sarah for explaining many of these new programs and services. We'd also like to thank the Simsbury Public Library for recognizing the need for these services and stepping in to provide both competent and comprehensive programs for our community. Thank you for joining me today, and I wish all of our viewers a happy and productive day. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you.
Funding for Simsbury Community Television is provided in part by contributions from viewers like you. Thank you.